Hello, humans. Welcome to the Sync Share. My name is Zach. I'm here to bring to what I've been thinking about, sharing about, talking about, listening to, reading about that doesn't belong in math class to make you the goodest version of yourself. On the way home tonight, so we had the talent show today. I was talking to my wife in my Arnold Schwarzenegger voice, and I realized one of the things that's sort of missing sometimes. Hi, Asim. One of the things I feel like that's missing from the my YouTube videos sometimes is like being the goofy version of myself. So one request is for anyone that watches, especially my live streamers, like ask me to try to impersonate people because I think I'm pretty good at imitating voices, and I just never do it. And I think it's like this goofy side that I don't really let out on camera. Thank you, Poke Go Bros. Um, you have one question in maths. Go ahead and ask it. Did you solve my math problem? I don't think I solved your math problem. I don't know where you posted it. I'm guessing it would have been on a comment or something somewhere. Um, so so thank you for saying that I did well in the talent show. So the teachers can't win the talent show. So I didn't win. I got great reviews from the panel and from the people that attended. You know, an interesting. I feel like this was a great thing that actually happened because I feel like um, the way that I reacted to it is the way I would expect myself to react, and I think not everyone would react this way. And I would love to teach people how to do this. So, one of the things that we had to do going into the talent show was have the music ready. So I sent the music over, or I made the music last night. I put it onto my phone, put it on my iPad so I could listen to it, so I could live stream last night and play it. And then I went and I was listening to it in the morning. I listened to it like 10 times on the ride to school. And I was like, I really like doing the Millie Rock, but I just don't have enough. There's not quite enough. I could just add like 3 more seconds, and I feel like I'd be happy. And I wanted to add a little bit more with the what's it called, the Mask Off song, because I didn't feel like there was enough there. So I added that too. So I'm on GarageBand, which is what I was editing the audio with, and I added those things, and then I uploaded the file. I think I just selected the things I added by accident. So that little what what happened was when I exported that file and sent it over to the advisor, and she sent it to the audio person. I sent a 15-second file, and it wasn't the one that I had meant to actually dance to. So, you know, if you'll notice, I think there's a lot of times in professional sports, like at the beginning of a game. By the way, don't mind this noise. It's just the radiator acting a fool. Um, One of the things I feel like happens a lot is people can get shook from the beginning of like a race or a competition or a performance. And I feel like this could have really happened to me. Is what happened is as I started, they played a 15-second version, and I stopped. I was like, what's happening right now? I said, can we play it back from like the beginning? And then they stopped it, and then they like tried to figure something out. So I like hid behind the curtains and tried to be like funny for the audience. And then they said, "This is the file you gave me." I was like, shoot. All right. So then I just pulled my phone off that I was using to record from a different camera angle, and I just opened up the audio file on my phone and said, "Hey, can I have this going into the one of the microphones that one of the panelists had?" And I just did my performance based on the audio going through that. So I feel like a lot of people, if they had that experience, like, oh my god, my audio file is broke, like they, I don't know what other ways people might react, but I imagine that would just get like totally in their heads. And I think it did for a little bit. I think it was what, like a 6-minute performance or something. And in a 6-minute performance, I feel like maybe the first minute I was still kind of shook, like the audio wasn't quite there, so it wasn't as loud as I wanted it to be. Like I wanted everyone to be able to hear the music, and I felt like not quite everyone got there. But I feel like I was able to eventually shake it off after maybe like a minute of dancing, and I feel like one of the things that I've found that I really enjoy in performing, and I feel like it's similar with like live streams, is when people are reacting, when people are hitting the like buttons, when people are commenting. You know, that really gets me going. I feel like when you're dancing on stage and you get crowd applause, you get laughter. That really feeds your own energy to do a better job, to put more energy, to smile, to um, I don't know, just like give it your all. It's not like you're not giving it your all, but I think it gives you a little bit more confidence to, you know, when I'm doing the block boy and I'm going shoot shoot, like I don't know, just like pumping your fists a little bit harder. So um, one of the oh my god, this is so annoying. Um, One of the things that one of the panelists commented was that I was like not alive. I forget what was it. You're dead or you're not alive for like the first part of it. I have it on video, so I'm gonna share it as like a vlog when I get some time to edit, which I don't know when I'm gonna have time to edit. Shut the flip up. What? Change anything? All right, let me check out these comments. All right, so we got a math problem. So if A and B are two, I'm not gonna answer that one right now. What a bummer. Glad you were able to get it together quickly and got for it anyway. With what I had, actually, I'm saying that, but I didn't. Not a question, solve a question. Being real and rock can be so vulnerable, but the more believe in yourself and show confidence, others will relate and love you more. Thank you. Yeah, I think it was valuable for me to go through that experience of, you know, as much as some people might not look at this as like a big thing, but I know it really impacted the entire experience of it. Like, I was all excited, like I had the cameras ready. I even asked two students if they would record me coming in. Like I had even like sort of a staged entrance, like everyone was introduced on the stage and then they walked on the stage. I had the door cracked in the back of the auditorium so I could hear my name being announced. And when they said it, I opened it wide open. I said, "Oh yeah!" And then I did the Marlon Webb Vine. So it's like he's running with like really high knees, and he goes like this, and like I went all the way down to the main stage like that, hopped up on stage in one jump, and then was like ready to go, and then I got over to the mic and said "woo," and then they moved then they like paused and like moved the piano off, and I was all amped up, and that kind of threw my flow off for a second. I thought I was just gonna like get up there and start dancing, but I don't know why, but I think it was really valuable for me to go through the experience of not having it play out the way I wanted it to, but still accepting the circumstances as they are. Because I feel like so many times in life, we have these moments where it's like we really just do not want to accept the circumstances that are right in front of us. And when we do that, we're not able to be in that present moment. We're not really able to enjoy it. And I think that was one of the things is I almost would say I didn't enjoy doing the first part of it because I was still shaking off the beginning. But towards the end, once I was able to kind of be with the audience, I think I was able to enjoy it a lot more. I'm trying to remember if there was, for Poke Go Bro, since you were there tonight, what was your favorite move of them all? I'm going to come back to the comments in here. I'm not sure what the winners got. I think they got like a $50 gift card or something. Hoping to make your performance. Yeah, I am planning to make it as a YouTube video. I have it on my DSL, my like nice camera. I was gonna ask a couple students, since I know a bunch of students took video, if they would share some of their videos with me. And I figured it might make an interesting compilation, because then I can get a little bit more of the crowd noise. Because I have no idea, an interesting thing when you're on stage is you're proud. Sometimes you're really in your head, and sometimes you're kind of doing things naturally. So I think one of the really cool things about like athletes is when I think of like the Randy Mosses of the world, or like the Odell Beckham Juniors, when you're going and you're hitting your wide receiver route and you're just catching these kind of passes. Like when I think about Randy Moss, like going back and catching it one handed, like there's just so much talent and it almost becomes effortless because you're in this state of flow. It's like it is a challenging task to do, but at the same time, because you practice it, because you're so good, it sort of becomes effortless and you're totally in the moment. Versus when you're not practiced, um, when you're thrown off your game, when someone's in your head, you don't get to be in the moment, and that's when you don't perform exquisitely. But I had like both of those experiences. Like at the beginning, it was just in my head, and towards the end, I was able to be with the audience, and it's just I think I just really trailed off that. I don't know what I'm saying. Whoa. All right. Yeet floss. I like that one. High poke and the shoe. Oh, I see what you're saying. Shoe. The block boy dance. I'm I practiced that a little bit after school with some students, and I still don't know how it looks. I'm looking forward to how it shows up on the DSLR. Um, I think that was pretty much all I was gonna share with. Oh, I'll add another insight from later today. So, as I was driving home, I was calling up my wife, and we were just talking. We're going to a wedding tomorrow, so I'm gonna probably have to figure out a way to schedule a post for tomorrow. Um, but I had this moment when I went into the grocery store to grab dinner, and as I was walking around this getup, so I literally look like a cartoon watermelon right now. I'm wearing like bright pink and green and this hat, and I was wearing like dress shoes. And one of the one of the funny moments I had was I was just really satisfied with the response that the students had, and I think my goal is to really entertain. My goal is to share that we can make fools of ourselves and still show up and be professional every day. Um, and I just had this moment realizing like it was as I was about to cross the street because I had just bought groceries. I was about to walk back to the car. I just had this moment as I was crossing the street, like, if I were to not look both ways and a car were to hit me, not that I'm not gonna look both ways because I don't want a car to hit me, but if a car were to hit me and my life were to end right now, I just feel like really satisfied with how far I've gone in the time that I've been given so far. And it was I don't know, it was something as strange as it sounds. So I'm going off topic, but I'll bring it back. I've had of all the songs in that compilation, I've had Drake, Hotline Bling stuck in my head, and I was looking up I was looking up again his move to see how to do the move. It was like the knee was going in and out, and then you just move your arm with it. And God's Plan came up, and I watched God's Plan like before I went into the grocery store, and I teared up watching it. Like tearing up to Drake felt weird in itself, but having this like sort of awesome sense of like, I don't know, I was just feeling really really good. I was just feeling really good, and there aren't enough moments, it seems like sometimes, where you just say to yourself, if I were to die right now, I had a good run. And back in 2014, when I was a teacher at a school where a lot of students were, it was an alternative school. A lot of students had a tough time in the public school system. I was trying to explain to one of my students at that time. I was like, I could die any day, and I'd be okay with it. Like, I'm not trying to die. I'm in no way trying to end my life. And at the same time, the way I've been trying to live it, I really feel like it could end and I would be okay with that, because I've left my game on the court. I've left my effort on the field, as they say. Like, I feel like I would not be walking off the field saying I could have done more. Um, I'm not. Don't worry. Before I accept Jesus, um, I'm not really religious. I mean, I think Jesus was a really inspirational person. I kind of disappointed. I feel like I've been well. I'm not gonna get into Jesus. I think he's a really great guy. I like hearing some parts of the Bible because I think they're inspirational, and I think they can help us be a better human. And it's disappointing how many people really take it out of context, I think, and use it to hate and judge other people and say that we shouldn't sin when in fact they're sinning by judging other people. I've just had a bad experience with a lot of people that hate and judge in the name of religion, but I think I'll be okay even if I don't say Jesus is my Lord and Savior. Yeah, I'm not religious so much, but I would say I am somewhat spiritual. I'm kind of rambling though. Fair enough. Jesus is not about the religion either. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought too much about that kind of thing, but I do think about death quite a bit. I think about whether I feel like oftentimes I'm asking myself whether I've lived a full enough life, coming up until a point. And I think moments like the talent show tonight those are the moments where I feel like I've left it on the court. I encourage you to think about Jesus more than you think about death. Think about Jesus more than I think about death. I feel like I think about death in the Gary Vee mentality. So one of the things he says is he's constantly thinking about the long game and all the people that he wants to have at his funeral. Like, he wants to literally impact so many people that a lot of people come to his funeral that care. What does your yellow bracelet stand for? So it says on it 3 steps detect 1540.org. So this is one of the bracelets that was given. So one of the students at our school, his brother died last year from leukemia, and this is I've been wearing it because I've been wearing because I want to support the student, and I want to support the community that I'm in, and I feel like this is a sort of a connection to that community. But yeah, it's a leukemia awareness reminder to how to detect leukemia before it comes. I'm super tired. I've been sleep deprived pretty much all week. By the way, thank you again. So for the people watching, Miss Kathy and Jesse, I'm really thankful. The other day, Kathy gave me this awesome shout out on her live stream. What do you have, 1,800 subscribers or something? I'm trying to have been a trivia ball. I'm tired. Yeah, dude, I've been sleep deprived all week. I think every day I woke up somewhere around 5:30, and every night I was up after 10, after 11 maybe. Yeah, I gotta go to bed. My wife's already asleep, and I'm gonna go join her. Let's call it a night. I taught all week kindergarten. They wore me out. Oh man, I feel like that would be fun to be with kindergartners, but yeah, I feel like if you don't have a consistent relationship with them, I imagine they would wipe me out too. Night, Nicholas Dutcher. Thanks for joining us. All right, if you like this, give it a like. If you want more, subscribe. if I've impacted your life in a positive way, and I invite you to share this with somebody else. Subscribe. Appreciate you leaving some love on your channel. Thank you, Nicholas. I'll see you guys in Miss Kathy.